Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Chris Chan article where, if you spotted these horrible yellow and grainy things, that is because this discussion is on Chris's fantasy of his supposed fangs. We're talking about his fangs. He has them, and he isn't afraid to show them. Captain's Dog Star Day, January 8th, 2009. So, because this is quite short, we may as well just get down to business. The horror. Originally assumed to be yellowish as a result of poor video quality, bad dieting, and an overabundance in caffeine and sugar, Chris's fangs are more likely discolored as a result of the copious amounts of soda he drinks, which has other effects as well. The fact that he has multiple visible cavities. Let me guess. Is this going to be yes, exactly, shitting himself. The fact that he has multiple visible cavities seems to support this theory. Although Chris could just be too lazy to brush his teeth, what is certain is that despite his claim to visit a dentist every 6 months, the inside of his mouth is even more horrifying than the outside. That's saying something. Powers. What the hell is this? This is what Chris actually believes. They're called eye teeth, but they feel and look like fangs of a vampire. DPG, or is that supposed to be dog, or something to me? Chris. Chris, were you drunk at the time when you read that? What? Chris believes his teeth are more menacing than those of ordinary humans. He revealed, they're menacing because because nobody would go near them. He revealed his fangs in a series of videos in 2009, in some cases essentially shoving the PSI in his mouth. He believed this to be intimidating, although the actual effect of being exposed to the inside of his mouth is revulsion. So technically they are intimidating in a way. One can only infer from these threats that Chris intended to use them to bite his antagonists. But considering the awful state of his teeth, he'll be lucky if none fell out in the process. Ironically, Chris's canine teeth, that's putting it very, very lightly, are so blunt and rounded that they almost act like incisors, front teeth. Though flat canines can be genetic, the canine teeth can gradually become blunted over the course of a lifetime, since they are involved in chewing, something Chris does a lot. Despite not having reached middle age, Chris's teeth are already extremely blunt, meaning they would make for even less effective weaponry than the contents of the human mouth already do. Which include but are not, limited to sucking up to the enemy, or sucking up to people who call themselves the original Christian Western Chandler. Perhaps realizing this, Chris stopped baring his fangs shortly after 2009, and has since upgraded his arsenal to a pocket knife, sonju, mace, and a baseball bat. Even then, Chris still believes his canines to be actual fangs, even going as far as depicting his memoji with them. Wisdom teeth. Chris has had an operation to remove his wisdom teeth. He keeps them in a jar on top of the Megan shrine, and also made a Yu-Gi-Oh card with them on it. He also thought Julie would be impressed by this fact, letting her know that I still have them preserved in a jar with a dash of alcohol, seemingly unaware that since teeth are hard and solid objects, they shouldn't require to be preserved in anything. Being the bizarre narcissist that he is, that's one way of putting him, Chris feels the need to immortalize any significant event in his life in some way, be it though short stories, comic adaptation, or even custom trading cards. The fact that he finds his removed teeth important enough to think that they would be worth adding to a card game says a lot about him. Appearances. Stardate 2009. In the video, Chris stated that wasn't afraid to show Greg May his fangs. He then leaned forward the camera for a close-up of his upper teeth, in particular his 2 front teeth. Let's check out the video anyway. How long is this does this go? Oh wait, no.
Captain's log, January 8th, 2009. Ladies and gentlemen of the Sonichi fan base, unfortunately, due to a troll having found at Daisy, if you were the one of the trolls that wanted a response, you're getting it. So just listen to me, you jerk. Re-upload it, or we're gonna rain heckle on you, because I'm not afraid to show my fangs.
The silence immediately following it should say a lot about Chris. Just had nothing else to follow. That's what the majority of Chris's behavior is, just him shouting at nothing. That's what he does. Stardate, January 15th. Chris did not clearly show his fangs in the video, but rather mentioned that he was prepared to show his fangs only when he has to. Maybe we should just... So, technically, Chris is not only Ian Brandon Anderson, not only Sonichu, but also Luis Suarez as well. Is that what we should call him?
Hello, I record this message in response to the Encyclopedia Dramatica page that has been against me since...
Okay, we're not going to watch the whole thing. One cannot clearly see the video is so poor in quality, but he swung back to his original posture instead of going for a full close-up. Take that page down now, Chris threatened Encyclopedia Dramatica and Clyde Cash by punching a doll, baring his teeth, and damaging his camera. Oh, this one. I remember this.
Just a small update. Well, I just wanted to ask a small favor. You know what would really inspire me to continue doing the comics? I'll tell you what, you take down that ED page forever. You take it down. It and everything about it, including the discussion pages, everything, delete it. Because that thing has been bothering me for that long time. And you know how the expression "too many cooks spoil the broth"?
Sort of.
This was too many crooks. Too many crooks. Too many crooks. And that ED page is one of those crooks. Every page, every word on the discussion page is a crook. This makes me really angry.
Hold it in, Chris.
You know how it makes me angry? This is Clyde. And this is how angry I am for every waking moment that ED page is up.
You struggle to rip paper, that's...
You want me to calm down? You want me to calm down? You want me to draw the comics? You take down that ED page. As Clyde is...
Spectacular. Chris Clyde calls Clyde out. Oh yeah, this is the sort of like the big one. The Chronicle turning Japanese. Okay, 23rd of April.
Oh, Mr. Clyde, I have a bit of a message for you in response to the one you sent to me recently. Yeah, basically this is the impression I got from your message.
Oh, look at me! I feel like a silly man! Look at me! Don't look at my silly ball! Look at my silly dick! Mommy, I am the troll! I should be trolling! I should be trolling against everybody! Look at me! I'm getting rid of an island or something!
27-year-olds, by the way. He was 27 when he did this.
I can be more lame! You want me to be more lame? I'll be more lame! I did the silly ball! And I got a silly walk! Look at my city walk! Oh, you took out my city ball! See my city ball? I give you a kick in the head! Yeah! I'll punch you in the face! Yeah! Ready? I throw something at you! Bam! Bam! If you don't like it, I throw something else at you! Yeah!
Oh, and how about this? I get angry!
Okay, whatever. I'm just screaming at nothing, Chris. That's what an adult would normally do. Chris opts to make his fangs appear in more adorable than menacing in the comic. It's too bad he couldn't have, fixed the actual proportion of his mouth or give himself an actual jaw. 12th of October 2009, Chris again acting like a slow in the mind, showing both his teeth and his plumber's crack. Oh god, is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. And finally, Sign Destruction video, 6th of December 2009. Chris threatened Vivian G by ripping apart the sign and then bit down on it with his infected gums. Yeah, this is like the last one I'm going to do because this is like the last time he really sort of like sticks his thing at the camera. I'm just gonna put this image, just the cavities on there. You know what? I've been alive for 23 years at this point. 23 years and just coming up to 3 months. I have never once had a cavity in my life, and I'm intending for this to continue literally for the rest of my life. Somehow, I don't particularly think it's altogether that difficult to avoid getting cavities. Just saying. In the comics, in Sonichu issue 10, the devil Beale manages to steal Chris Chan's Sonichu medallion, causing him to revert back to ordinary Chris. At this, Nadia, Chris discovers that his powers actually reside in his high school ring. Oh yeah, that's right, it's basically just this image here. I have fangs for my eye teeth. I'm pretty sure actually anyone who had fangs for eye teeth would struggle to eat. Wisdom teeth. Chris's wisdom teeth are on top of My Little Pony stuff, I think. I don't know. He's got Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. I think he's got some other Yu-Gi-Oh! DVD here. I think that's like what's that, Strawberry Shortcake, or there's a lot of here. Something for I don't know what half of this stuff is. Wisdom teeth. Now that's what we call cavities. Yep. Chris's vampiric little Big Planet avatar, literally done the characters from that game anyway. Usually have like very sharp teeth anyway, and in his emoji form anyway. What Chris fails to realize is that he probably won't even have any left by the time he reaches, the age of 50, and Chris is 39 at the time of this video, so that's something. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, just brush your teeth. Otherwise, you will have to feel the full the power and probably the stench of his mouth through threatening people with his mouth. Not that I think, he does this anymore anyway, but that's besides the point. So with all that being said and done, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.